Some days it really feels like you can't escape Shein. With popular Australian brands like City Beach being accused of selling Shein tags being found on brands such as Jaded London's clothing, local boutiques being accused of buying Shein clothes and simply cutting off the Shein tags so that they can triple the price, and even popular well-known websites such as Princess Polly and Beginning Boutique clothes can be found on Shein. So today we're going to discuss why sometimes it feels like you really just cannot escape the fashion brand that is Shein. And if there's one brand that I am confident is not found on Shein, that is the sponsor of today's video, Wiskii. How good was that transition? So I'm always on the hunt for activewear that's not only comfortable and stylish, but versatile to wear all day long, from workouts to errands to filming, all things like that. And recently I came across Wiskii, a trendy athleisure brand that I've been seeing all over Instagram. So I'm sure you've guessed by now that this outfit that I'm wearing is actually from Wiskii. And so after I finish filming today, I need to go to the gym, then to the post office, and then I need to do some editing. And I don't want to be changing my outfit multiple times today. And this outfit that they've called Pink Hollywood is absolutely perfect for all of these errands. And it's also very Annie-core with this bright pink color. So I actually have 7 different Wiskii dopamine outfits in my wardrobe. But today I'm going to show you my top 3. And with all of these, the fabric is extremely comfortable, soft, and lightweight. They're also really high quality because sometimes on activewear, if they are a lighter color, that's when they can become see-through. But even the lighter colors aren't see-through at all, which is absolutely amazing. And it's because they have a strong overall structure. They have a bunch of different colors to choose from. The Pink Hollywood is of course my favorite. However, they also have a lot of earth tones and a bunch of other really bright colors, which is really cool because then you're able to mix and match all your colors and create weeks worth of outfits through these items. And Wiskii has also recently come out with a new collection that they call the Scrop Set. So the unique lace design is quite romantic and elegant, and the quality is again amazing on these. They are light and comfortable and have a soft cloud-like texture, and the bra has the removable push-up pads, which I love. This one has push-up pads as well that you can take out. I'm currently wearing them in, but you can take them out. Speaking of the Scrop bra, the square neckline design enhances the collarbone definition and is lightweight and comfortable, whilst the stylish back design gives a flattering look and adds a touch of elegance to the basic style. And the leggings even have a sculpt and enhancing buttock effect and are made of the same soft cloud-like fabric. And the Scrop collection also comes in 5 vibrant different colors for styling. So the Wiskii website is super easy to navigate, and you're actually able to find what you're looking for based on either color or category. So be sure to check out Wiskii today, and be sure to let me know down below which color is your favorite. The Pink Hollywood is of course mine. It is very me and I am absolutely obsessed. Thank you so much to Wiskii for sponsoring today's video, and thank you guys for supporting Wiskii, which in turn supports me. So the idea of Shein being everywhere has been an idea that's been floating around for quite a while, but it really blew up earlier this year when TikToker Emma Silverman went viral when she showed her very expensive Jaded London 2-piece set that had Shein tags attached to it.
Imagine my surprise when I was hanging up my $180 set. I love this outfit. Wore it for my 21st birthday. I got so many compliments. Just found out it was from Shein. Jaded London. Oh, cute tag. Shein. This was an $83 top. I bought this from the damn website. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. It was out of stock. And I was like, yes, it's in stock in my size. I could have bought it on Shein.
Now, if you haven't heard of Jaded London before, they're an online clothing store that in my opinion sells very expensive clothes. These clothes are absolutely stunning, and I see them pop up a lot on TikTok and Instagram. Personally, I've never bought anything from there just because it's outside of my budget. However, it seems like the general understanding of their customers that the quality of the clothes will reflect the price. For example, in her TikTok with over 5 million views, and this video had even more views on X, formerly known as Twitter, Emma showed us her Jaded London 2-piece that she had actually bought to wear to her 21st birthday, and said that it cost her $180 US. So $273.89 Australian, which is a lot of money. So you can imagine her surprise, and honestly mine, when I watched the video, when she found that the outfit not only had a Jaded London tag, but it also had a Shein tag. A Shein tag on an outfit that cost $273. I would be so upset. So there were of course a lot of theories surrounding how the heck a Shein tag ended up on an expensive Jaded London outfit. And one of these theories, which came from a top comment on this video with 28,000 likes, said that the only thing that makes sense is that someone bought the Shein set and the Jaded London set and returned the Shein set to Jaded London, as oftentimes returned items do get resold to new customers. But this would not explain why both tags are sewn onto the garment. Like, if it was a Shein outfit that was returned to the warehouse, people in the returns warehouse aren't going to be sewing a Jaded London tag onto it, because the returns warehouse would be totally different to the manufacturing warehouse, and it just wouldn't cross over. So this theory doesn't work. And another popular theory that was being commented a lot on this video was that a lot of brands are apparently buying Shein clothes, ripping off the tag, and then selling them for 3 times the price. And this is just kind of where like the rumor mill came in, with people saying that this must be what Jaded London is doing, and that this outfit must have slipped through the cracks, and someone else has heard from a friend of a friend of a friend that big fashion labels have bins outside of their warehouses full of Shein tags. The rumor mill was just going crazy on this video, so obviously with over 5 million views, even more on X, Jaded London had to reply. But instead of issuing an explanation of how the heck a Shein tag ended up on one of their items that they sold for $273, I'll never get past that, $273. They instead chose to fight for their life in these TikTok comments, which I think was an interesting choice, as they were replying saying, similar designs featured on Shein and sites alike are copies of our existing designs, not the other way around. We are looking into how this possibly happened as we speak. And when someone pointed out, how did the tag even get there then if Shein stole the design? They replied, as mentioned, that's something we are looking into as none of the remaining stock features that tag. We are just as confused. The responses continue for a while, with someone saying that a copy of their design wouldn't be sent to her with the Shein tag unless they use Shein as one of their manufacturers. And Jaded London replied and said that Shein is not a manufacturer and is in fact a shop face that they have no association with. Now look, I feel for the poor social media girly who was pretty much thrown to the wolves to deal with this, but they actually have misspoken in this comment. As yes, Shein is a storefront, but over the years they've actually turned into being both a storefront and a manufacturer, according to both Forbes and Shein's actual website. Again, I don't hold this against Jaded London. They were fighting for their life in those comments. I do think that a statement would have probably come across a little bit better if they gave a bit of an explanation, but as far as I could find, they never provided an explanation. So why does it matter that they were wrong about this and that Shein actually is a manufacturer? Well, this actually links into why it sometimes feels like we cannot escape Shein. Most clothing companies actually buy their items from big manufacturers and wholesalers. Now, this isn't really public knowledge because these huge manufacturers don't sell to individuals. They only sell to people who are making and selling a lot of clothes. So companies such as Jaded London may perhaps, potentially, allegedly, I don't know for sure, go to these manufacturers, buy their clothes, put their own tags on them and resell. And although it kind of sounds a little bit dodgy, this is not dodgy at all, and it's actually a pretty common practice in the retail space. This is why oftentimes you can see the exact same dress on multiple different websites. No one's copying each other. They are actually just all buying from the same manufacturer. And now that Shein has become one of these manufacturers, they're not only making clothes for their own website, but all of these other websites down here. So it is possible that Jaded London may potentially, perhaps, allegedly be using Shein as their manufacturer, and there is nothing wrong with that. This would, however, explain how a Shein tag accidentally ended up on one of their items, as someone at the factory probably just put the tag on the wrong outfit, which if I was Jaded London, I would be so annoyed because, as I said earlier, so many clothing companies do this. They just ended up being the unlucky ones that had the Shein tag on their outfit. But this is actually why we're seeing a lot of like boutiques all over the world sell Shein items. They're not going onto Shein, buying these items in bulk and cutting the tags off. Instead, they are just going to a manufacturer who they probably don't even realize is Shein and buying their clothes from them, which then adds to that feeling of like, oh my goodness, we cannot escape Shein. It's because they become a major clothing manufacturer. However, Shein now being a major clothing manufacturer does not wipe their hands clean of any responsibility. As another reason why at times it feels like we cannot escape Shein is because they are just notorious for ripping off brands. For years, Shein has been ripping off tons of businesses, from small businesses to major fashion labels, and for a while it seemed like no brand was safe from Shein copying them. Shein still does this to this day, which is why it can be kind of hard when a situation arises like it did with Jaded London to know Shein ripped off Jaded London or Jaded London bought from Shein. Also, as a side note, I couldn't really find where to put this in this video, but it's just like such an interesting fact that I had to share. Shein is actually currently suing Temu for copyright infringement, which I think is a bit rich. Shein is accusing Temu of misleading customers into thinking that they are buying from Shein, which is very ironic considering Shein's history. And there's actually a huge legal battle going on right now between the two, which some have described as like a mafia style intimidation from both brands, which is just crazy. But that's a whole video in itself if you guys want to hear about that, but I just found it so interesting. So how can you tell if a company is buying from Shein or if Shein is completely copying them? Honestly, it can be kind of hard to tell, but I am going to show you how today using two of my favorite Australian brands, Beginning Boutique and Princess Polly, as each brand has an item that Shein is also listing right now. We're starting off with Beginning Boutique because this is a little bit easier to decipher, because if we have a look at the online listings of Shein and Beginning Boutique, we can tell pretty quickly who has ripped off who here, because the Shein photo obviously has been altered and does not look as real. Now, as we know, I am an absolute online shopping addict, so I've had my eyes on this dress on Beginning Boutique for quite some time and I've wanted to buy it but haven't had a reason, so this is perfect. So this is the dress from Beginning Boutique. Absolutely stunning. A white dress with the pink bows attached. So stinking cute. And then it has a tie-up back detail. Whereas the Shein item, of course, arrives in the stereotypical Shein bag. And despite this being a similar dress, we can already tell that this is not the exact same dress. The quality is not the same. The lace trimming is different and worse quality. And even on the back, you can tell that it is not the same. But before I draw my final conclusion, which I'm sure we are all on the same page of who copied who in this situation, let's go try them on. All right, here we have the Beginning Boutique dress on. I love this so much, but I hate that I am a giant. Always, this dress is way too short on me. But if we do a side by side of this beautiful, gorgeous dress with the one from Shein, I think it is like just blatantly obvious that Beginning Boutique has made and designed their very own dress that has then been ripped off by Shein. But if we look at like the Shein one, the quality is just so awful on this. The lace detail is different. It doesn't sit as well, and you can definitely tell that that one is like the Shein version, and it just does not look good. They both use the same photo, right? And the Beginning Boutique dress looks exactly like the photo, whereas the Shein looks like a cheap knockoff. So it's quite clear that Shein has ripped off Beginning Boutique here, and that Beginning Boutique has not bought their items from Shein, which I personally already knew this because I'm obsessed with Beginning Boutique. I know about all of their design process, everything, but I thought it was a very good example. So up next we have Princess Polly. Now this one is a little bit more difficult to figure out because Shein didn't alter the photo this time. So here we have the Princess Polly corset. It is stunning, made of faux leather and looks exactly like the photo. Whereas this is the Shein version that is made of a really poor quality material. It's tie-up, which it wasn't in the photo. And again, I think it's pretty obvious to tell who copied who here, but we'll go try on both items before I draw any conclusion. I always forget the Princess Polly runs small, so I am cinched into this corset, but this is what it looks like on. This is the front and this is the back, and it is made really well. It is so tight, like I really am cinched in, but it is like a good quality, nice corset. Like the faux leather looks gorgeous, the silver details look stunning, and it just looks exactly like the photo. Whereas if we pull up the Shein version, we can definitely see that Princess Polly did not purchase this item from Shein. Instead, Shein has ripped off Princess Polly, which I'm sure we were all coming to this conclusion anyway without me trying it on, but I think it really just exemplifies how bad the Shein version is of Princess Polly. I love this top so much. If it wasn't like too small on me, I'd definitely be like wearing it out to the clubs. It's kind of giving brat summer, you know, whereas the Shein version is definitely not giving that. So Shein has of course copied Princess Polly and completely ripped off their item. So we can't seem to escape Shein for a number of reasons. Firstly, they have now become one of the big boy manufacturers, and they are producing a lot of clothes for a lot of different companies, and they're also starting to buy up other companies as well, such as Misguided. Shein recently bought them and is now producing all of their clothes. But they also just continue to rip off brands, which would be so irritating if you owned a brand, worked hard on an item, and Shein just ripped it off and made it for worse quality. I would be so irritated. As we proved today, that is adding to the illusion that we can't escape Shein, when in reality, Shein is doing the wrong thing and ripping off from these brands. And it can be hard to decipher what's real and what is just a cheap Shein copy, but hopefully with the tips I gave y'all today, you'll be able to figure it out for yourself. So I'm gonna call it there today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I upload new videos every single week. Also, if you want to see more content from me but in a short form, I'm on Instagram and TikTok where I post reels and TikTok. So I'll have that link down below as well. Along with all of the items in today's video, they will of course be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.